What's up, guys? I saw this comment that I want to respond to, so reading it. The commenter's name is Blue Eagle 5118. He puts, because I'm pretty sure this is a he puts, I'm 100% North Sea white, mostly English. Unfortunately for mixed people, they were dealt a bad hand. I mean, genetically, no. The goal for me and for my audience or followers, etc., is to be balanced, a balanced, cultured mulatto. And in that regard, there are many benefits for us. How we can, in many ways, relate to a lot of people and interact effectively with different cultures. Even today, I can give an example before I move on. One of my trainings, like a group, everyone around me at my table is about 10 of us are all purely Caucasian, males and females. A couple of them were about my age, but most of them were like older by a decade plus, etc. And we were playing a game about guessing a song. We're guessing a song. And these are mostly, these are all American songs. And some of the generations varied. Some of the songs were from like the 60s. They had a Beatles song, then some 70s, 80s, and then like 90s. And they had a couple new ones, right? And we were all trying to guess the artist. And we all worked together as a team. It was like a team building exercise. And I helped them with a couple songs. There was a song, No Diggity from Blackstreet. I knew that one right away because I'm a 90s baby, right? And that song came out in the 90s. But then there was like another song that came out in the 80s. I forgot the artist. I think it was a Poison song. And a guy next to me, a white dude, he guessed that song. So like we were all working together in sync as a team, part of this team building exercise. And it was based off the kind of American culture and American music. And I took my background knowledge because I am pretty eclectic when it comes to music. I like a lot of, different genres. And I'm just giving that as an example how someone like me, I can interact with different groups, specifically the groups that I'm most, familiar with, right? White American and Black American. So for a lot of us, as you put here, dealt a bad hand. It's not a bad hand. For a lot of us, it's a great beneficial thing that we need to embrace. We just need to strive for more balance. So I just want to correct you on that. Continuing on, he puts, it is not a primary reason why I am against race mixing. He puts health reasons are a primary reason. What are the health reasons? And like, you don't even provide any stats. A lot of the main issue concerning a lot of us is this whole bone marrow transplant situation, which we do have solutions for that. I mean, the fact is now that we are kind of building cohesion and camaraderie and awareness, we're building a network of more mulattoes interacting with each other. So whenever there's a situation that occurs that there needs to be a donor, we have a giant pool of individuals who could be, reliable or valid candidates for that such necessary procedure. I mean, this is ultimately the goal. So we do have solutions intact. So this whole idea of like health concerns, this individual doesn't state specifically what affects mixed people more than any other group. Like if you're going to say that mixed people have a lot of these health issues, you at least got to provide a source or some examples. You can't just make a general statement because you're going to definitely get challenged on that. And you haven't provided one. So therefore, there's no validity to what you're saying. But I know you're covering it up. I know for you, because you're a male, you said you're 100% North Sea white. I get it. Mostly English, you're saying you're a white male. And for you, it's a political issue of why you're against quote unquote race mixing. And let's be honest. As I've always said in this channel, and I'll continue to say, they're not against race mixing. When it's a white male and an Asian woman or white male, Hispanic, they're not against that. They're only against race mixing when it's a white female with a black male. Then they have a problem. So for this individual, what he's really against is a political problem that could potentially present itself in the future as it has in the past. Let's be clear. He doesn't give a damn about you guys as far as like, the health concerns, and he cares so much about health, but he never cites the sources of. We already know what it is. Okay. Then he puts here, primary reason. It is a good reason not to race mix. Right. And like I said, for him, he's just talking about white women not sleeping with black males. Good luck with that. He puts here, you are left now in a position that you did not want and puts you at a unique disadvantage. What's the disadvantage though? Like, what are the disadvantages? Because all these mulattoes are rising to the cream of the crop in society. That's why guys like this felt the need to basically comment, and they're bothered. Where are the disadvantages? The number one challenge, I wouldn't call it a disadvantage. The challenge is trying to, consolidation, building cohesion. A lot of us are fragmented. We don't even know we're here. My job is to spread awareness using media, social media. A lot of us, we don't even know like we're here. Our presence is kind of, suppressed in a lot of ways. A lot of these mulattoes, most of them, are hiding underneath blackness. They feel like it's comfortable to be like a punching bag or a pet or a subordinate underneath blackness. A lot of them don't know it's okay to be themselves. This idea of like a unique disadvantage, I don't see any disadvantage. And it's not just me. I asked the actress Adele James over in the UK. I asked her on one of her Instagram lives, I asked her, is there any advantages or disadvantages? She said there's no disadvantages. So there's a lot of us around the world who know that like I can't really see one specific disadvantage. There are challenges as I've already expressed, developing cohesion in a community, but every other group has those similar challenges as well. So I'm not a victim over here, and I'm not really saying I'm special to a degree, but I am very proud and I want to connect and collaborate with others who are proud just like me. And then continuing on, you put racial groups inherently stick together, and that's what a lot of mulattoes are starting to do, and you're witnessing it right now. And he puts, and mixed people really only have themselves to be with. Well, that's not entirely true. I'd say most of the mixed people I see, they basically get absorbed into other groups, like into the white group or the black group or the Latino group, which the Latino group, for all intents and purposes, is a mixed race group, right? Mestizo. A lot of mulattoes or Creoles or mixed people, they have other groups they basically kind of just get absorbed into, I should say. But what my goal ultimately is to make this self-sustaining so we can continue into the future generations, is to have mulattoes connect and build unions with each other. That's my goal, what I envision for me personally. Okay. And then continuing on, you put also 70% of all, Jews in the South were slave owners. So we already know his stance. We know this is basically a white nationalist guy. And of course, he didn't provide any sources talking about the disadvantages or health problems, which is typical. But they always got to throw in their propaganda, right? He puts, 70% of in the South were slave owners. He says, so the chances are that the black descendants took a Jewish master's name who happened to steal a white man's surname. There's not really much else I need to say. I mean, I can always talk about this more in the future, but this is their main conspiracy theory, is that for them, they believe it's Jewish people using black people, black males specifically, to have interracial access to white women to create mixed children. That's like the trifecta. They're one of their biggest fears. That's what they push. But see, they never, it's always positioned as a conspiracy. Oh, because of the media, the Jewish owned media company and the white women, see, they don't have the influence that they've had prior generations over white women. White women have free will. Other races and ethnic groups of women have free will in this society. Human beings have evolved. Like this whole idea of property and ownership amongst different groups and the genders is basically been diminished across the board. We're all more interconnected now with technology and transportation and communication. So they still push this conspiracy. Like they can't conceive the fact that white women want to choose black males as partners. They can't conceive that. So in their eyes, they're trying to say, well, it's a Jewish person behind the scenes pushing this to destroy white people and all that. That's the conspiracy propaganda they push. And they use us as a scapegoat, ultimately. That's why he comes over here with this little crafty language, not providing any sources, pretending like he kind of gives a damn. There's disadvantages. No, there isn't. There's only challenges. And I like challenges. That makes me a better person. I become stronger and I develop better character from those challenges. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Because guess what? We're going to be seeing a lot more comments like this moving forward, especially with this whole Kamala Harris situation. Not only that, as I referenced earlier, he said something about, like he said, inherently groups want to stick together. He says that puts you in a unique disadvantage. And I'm like, well, I'm looking around me all over politics. Kamala Harris, she's not entirely mulatto. Her father is like a mulatto guy, but her father's kind of mixed, I think, has East Indian heritage. But regardless, Kamala's one individual. We already had Obama and Cory Booker, the mayor of Los Angeles, and then Like all over the board. And these are in other countries too. The current prime minister of Wales is a mulatto man. And then in Spain, you have mulatto politicians. So all over Europe, United States, you have these mulatto politicians. That's just politics, one sector. We can go into the media. We can go into the military. We can go into the sciences, academia, in the sports entertainment world. So this is what they fear. They fear that all this talk about disadvantages, you have health problems, why are we winning gold medals in the Olympics then? If our health problems are so bad, we got this lady, Sydney McLaughlin, we have these mulattoes that are beating everybody on the track, winning gold medals. Gable Stevenson won gold medal of wrestling. We have mulattoes dominating sports, the biggest sports stars, Patrick Mahomes, mulatto. So they need to provide sources and real data. All their propaganda and conspiracy theories, I mean, you don't even need a basic high school education to debunk this stuff. What do you guys think about this? Very interesting stuff, but guess what? We're going to see a lot more of it. But the mulattoes are here now, so let's talk about it.